Hey, what's going on, Fight fans? Hey, this is Coach D, the Wild Man, coming at you again with another episode of One to Watch. Now, you know I do it One to Watch. I highlight all great athletes who are doing great things when it comes to combat sports, primarily Gamma USA, and who's going to compete at Gamma Worlds in Brazil. So we're going to have a conversation about these up-and-coming stars who are doing great things and some of my repeating champions who are showing that they deserve to be at the top spot. So this is the One to Watch collective. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's talk some athletes. Now, you know how I do. I always say, hey, look, I want the best to rise to the top. I want all the great champions to compete because I want the best team. I want the best team to represent the United States. I want the best team to compete on an international level. So that's what we got right now. Nationals has shown me that a lot of great talent is starting to show up versus our repeat champions and now some new champions. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about some of our multiple national champions who've done great things and has continued to stay at the top of the heap to show that they could definitely get it done. So first one we're going to talk about is Schofield Vang, still doing his daggone thing, right? He's qualified to compete in Brazil. He showed me some new things at Nationals this past weekend. I was like, okay, not this past weekend, the weekend before. I was like, okay, that's the Schofield I wanted to see. Very aggressive. He said, look, I'm going to push the pace. I'm going to let everybody know that, hey, when it comes to getting down, just because you may be bigger, don't mean you're better. He was fast. He was quick on his feet. He was throwing multiple shots and getting out the way. He was showing everybody that, look, now, hey, don't let the size fool you. I'll bring this heat. It ain't too much you're going to do about it, but sometimes you're just going to lose. So he has qualified to compete in Brazil. I'm excited to see what he does. Let's see what he does next because we're going to need that killer to show up. I think this is going to be a very interesting year in Brazil for a lot of top fighters to see what their A game really looks like. Now we have Talon Warden, who is next, multiple national champion. He's one of the ones I'm not really, worried about right now. I would like him to be more challenged, to be honest with you. I want some guys to step up and go, look, let me see what you made out of so we can see him pushed. So far, he's been, taking out all competition. Nobody seems to stop him both in MMA and in wrestling. He's that star right now. He's that golden child. Right now he can't be beat. He did great things in Indonesia, came out on top, won the gold, right? Came back right to nationals, won the gold there too. He is showing that, look, you got to bring your A game if you want to even come close to beating me, right? He's looking very good, very good. So he gets the top spots, man. He's showing that he's the guy, right? So I definitely want to see what he's going to continue to do because right now he seems to be untouchable, right? He don't had a growth spurt and put some size on him, and he's dominant right now. He's very, very dominant. So I want to see what happens with him. But right now he qualified to go to Brazil, so we're going to see what's up. Dalton Riggs is another one, another multiple champion, right? Workhorse at the highest level. When you go up against Dalton, you got your hands full. He will grind you in the dog meat if you ain't paying attention, right? And if you really ain't paying attention, he'll put you to sleep like he did with some guys in Greece, right? Multiple national champion. He also competes in MMA and wrestling. So those dual athletes who do multiple sports like wrestling and MMA, they seem to be some of them killers right now who's maintaining the top spot. Now, I'm not sure if Dalton is going to be competing in youth. He may be competing in young amateurs, so I will see, which means he'll be matching up against the next level of top tier athletes. So that's going to be interesting if that's going to happen in Brazil. I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it is. So hopefully Dalton may be a young amateur, which means he'll have to step his game up. But right now, he's winning. He's beating all comers, and he's coming out on top. He's a multiple national champion. He's doing this daggone thing, so he's one of our top spots. Willow Lau seems to be consistent, right? She always seems to make it to the top spot where she always can compete internationally. She's competing in Worlds. She's going to be doing the daggone thing again. She competed in Indonesia when she won gold. So like I said, she's doing her daggone thing. Hopefully she gets some new challenges because I don't like when we fight each other, but it is what it is. So we going to see what happens. Now, another new one. Tanner's new on the scene. He competed in nationals in Milwaukee. Tanner Owens, he's doing good things. He didn't get it done in Indonesia like he wanted to, but he came right back and was a dog at nationals. He said, look, whatever happened in Indonesia, it won't happen now. He ran through his opponents and looked good doing it, right? He beat a guy that I thought was going to give him a challenge. Didn't even come close, right? So I'm like, okay, Tanner showed me that he is a horse, hungry to prove that he deserves to be at the top spot. He's qualified for Brazil. Let's see if he can get the top spot and come home with the gold this time in Brazil. Looking forward to seeing him do what he do because he got the skills. Now, granted, there's a lot of belt holders. There's a lot of people I could talk about. I'm talking about a lot of the people who have repeat in nationals right now. We continue on from there. So, yes, keep on with it. Now, Elena Stouts, she is one of the ones I hope can make it to nationals. To me, she is one of the highest in the top spots when it comes to females. She's continued to run through her division. She continues to come out on top consistently. She's won all the nationals she's been in, right? Her accolades are up there. She knows how to win, right? She has not been able to make it to a world stage yet. I hope she can do it this time because she's on the national scene. She's one of our top, right? She is good, very good. So I want to see her on the national stage. So far, she's ran through everybody. No matter where she's been, she's won, right? So she's definitely is one of our top. I just hope she has the chance to be able to compete on the world stage. You know how it is. It ain't easy to get there, but not for lack of trying. She has earned her shot at Worlds. I hope she can get there. I'm looking forward to it. Now let's talk about some of our new blood who's now made the cut and trying to get into the top spots and show that they deserve to be there. Jamie P has just won gold at nationals. I just did a one to watch this last week. He is showing me that he is coming into his own, solid performances, knowing what to do now. Now, it's one thing to grapple, fight, and, get it how you get it, right? If you come out on top, good. If you dominate on top, good. But now when you delivering shots at the right time and getting the right outcomes, that's when you know you're coming to your own. When you throwing shots and you connected with all your shots, right? Being able to control the action, dictate where the fight goes, now you're becoming your own fighter where you go, okay, I know how to win now. I'm just not going to win. I know how I'm going to win. That's when you come into your own. That's what I'm seeing from Jamie. He's ready to make that move. So I'm hoping he can make it to Brazil. It's going to be on and popping. Once again, we got some new bloods coming on the scene that are doing things that are blowing me away. Jesus, I forgot to get his last name, right? But multiple brackets, multiple belts. It's the first time me seeing him. I might have seen his picture here and there without knowing who he is, but now he's fought on my stage, in my ring, or on my mat. I got to see him, and this Jesus is something special. Something special. I hope he can make it to Brazil, but apparently he's a very popular fighter. He may come, he may not. Not sure yet, right? Because like I said, he is definitely that guy. Coming out the gate, swing and go, look, I'm making a statement, and that's exactly what he did because he won in multiple brackets. I'm like, wow. And we had a couple other fighters who won in multiple brackets too, so Jesus wasn't the only one. A couple of fighters taking home multiple belts at a single tournament. That's saying something about your skill level, but he just blew me away from what I'm seeing. Every time I turned around, he was competing again. Jesus is no joke. Jesus is no joke. I can't wait to see what he does. I hope he can make it to Brazil. I think he'd be the ones to watch. Okay, so I did a quick rundown on a lot of fighters doing great things. We had over 39 fighters win belts. So of course I'm not covering them all. I'm just covering all the ones that are making names, that are showcasing, that we've seen a lot of, that have multiple national champions, that have already competed in previous world tournaments and are continue to compete now because they won again at nationals. If you don't win nationals, good chance you ain't going. These guys have continued to win nationals. So kudos to them, especially the new names like Jamie and Jesus. Yeah. But let's talk about these gyms who are producing multiple belt winners. Now I forgot to get the gym name. We got gyms with 3 belt holders under one gym, which means half their, I don't know how big the team were, but three out of the people won gold and eligible to go to Brazil. So now gyms are bringing multiple fighters to compete. It ain't just a single fighter there, There's multiple fighters winning belts coming out of one gym. So you see, is ramping up. The talent is starting to rise. Better fighters from better gyms, not saying better, more gyms with great athletes are now showing up to compete at nationals. Pretty soon, nationals is going to be one of the biggest stomping grounds for competition when it comes to youth and amateur athletes down the line, because they starting to show up, and I'm getting excited to see it. Zaruk, hold on, I gotta look this guy's name up. He's one of the ones I want to talk about. I'm messing up his name, and I apologize, because I try to get these names right, but sometimes I just don't. So let me look him up right quick. Right, he got 6 fighters out of his gym competing. 6 that he brought up. Okay, let me look for his name. Hold on. So his name, let me sure I can get it right to my best of my ability, because I will. Okay, so let me find him right quick. He brought his team to nationals, and 6 of his athletes won belts. 6. So it's Zaruk Adashev. I hope I'm saying that right, man. If I mess your name up, I apologize. Zaruk Adashev have 6 gold medalists, belt holders from one gym. 6. Normally, when it comes to our youth, that's half the roster sometimes, right? 6 won belts. That shows you he's a high level. I believe he was a UFC. He's a UFC coach. He used to be a UFC fighter. So naturally, he knows what he's doing, because he produced 6 champions that just showed up to nationals for the first time that I know of. Okay? So what did that tell you? Right? Overall, 39 fighters won gold. I just gave you a short list of who's bringing it in. So now, right, ain't nobody spot safe. Right? Just because you won nationals in the past don't mean you might win it in the future before you turn 18, because other gyms with high-level athletes are now starting to show up. Nationals is going to be a serious breeding ground for talent. I'm excited to see everybody show up. I'm glad you showed up, right? It's going to be crazy. I hope we can get one of the best teams to show up Brazil, because I think Brazil is going to be something. I think now we about to see everybody go look now. Holding that top spot is starting to mean something. Now, I don't know if they're going to have, if you're going to be able to win cash prizes for belts in Brazil. I haven't heard that yet. Don't know. They may not, right? But hey, you might want to show up to find out, because it is getting crazy in these streets. I'm loving it. Thank all the fighters for showing up and showing out, because it's getting fun out here. I get to be Coach D doing what I'm doing, which is talking that noise about what's happening next. Brazil's going to be up in June at São Paulo, Brazil. Go ahead and get your passport. If you don't got it, go ahead and make sure you're prepared. Start saving them duckies, start doing your fundraiser, whatever you got to do to be able to fly over to Brazil and compete at the highest level for me, because it is what it is. This is Coach D, doing what I'm doing, calling it like I see it. Till you hear from me again, peace out.